Because the Bible is corrupted.
How do you know the original gospel?
I've got the answer. Would you answer if I ask you a question?
No, you haven't answered
brother,
it.
Give him, please.
You're making a claim. Listen, you're making a claim. So I want to know. I'm trying to find out. You said there's an original gospel.
Yes. I will give you the answer.
Yeah. What's the original gospel? How do you know? How do you know?
I'm telling you, original gospels. Yeah. Even your scholars, not me, your scholars agree you do not have the original gospel.
Who's the scholar?
Your scholars, all
Who's
of them.
that?
All of them.
Give me one name. Give me one name.
Which one?
Give me one name.
David Wood himself, you believe he's
So David Wood is a scholar? Is he a scholar?
Who is he?
I'm asking you.
Fake?
You said...
Is he fake?
No, I'm asking you. You said a scholar.
Okay, do you believe you have the original gospel?
You said original gospel. I want to know what's an original gospel.
Do you have the original gospel?
What is original gospel?
Do you have the original gospel?
We have the original gospel.
You have the original
Yes.
gospel? Okay, so, wait.
Yes.
Wait.
So let me ask you. You said that Quran came from heaven.
Wait.
Did you say that Quran came from heaven?
Yes.
Where is the original Quran?
How do you know that?
Yes.
How do you know that?
By Quran.
Where is the original Quran?
According to Quran.
Yes.
Quran told you that it came from heaven.
How do you know Jesus
How did
is
it?
the Son of God?
No.
We want to see the original Quran, man.
You said that it came from heaven.
Yes.
Yeah. How do you know that?
But according to the Quran.
According to it's a circular
How did
reasoning.
it come?
Okay, I'm asking the same question.
How did it come? Did it come in a book?
No.
Did it come in a book?
Orally.
Orally. But how who wrote it down? Who wrote it
If it's
down?
orally,
It was written down.
why was Muhammad told to read?
Do you want to shout?
No, I can't hear because
Okay,
this guy
you
is
want to
talking.
shout. You
Listen,
talk louder.
hold on.
Calm down.
Why was
You can
Muhammad
ask
told to
any
read
question.
if he came orally?
Okay, what's your question?
Why was Muhammad told to read?
Taught to read.
Allah
Taught
didn't
to
know
You
read.
said he can't read.
Okay, what's your purpose for that question?
You said he
So
came
you don't want
orally.
to answer
Yes.
the question.
How can something come oral and you ask him to read?
What's your point?
Muhammad was told to read, wasn't he?
Yes.
When Muslims claim that the Qur'an was revealed orally, they intend to emphasize that Allah's revelation to Muhammad was verbal, delivered directly from Gabriel to the prophet's ears, without the mediation of any written text. However, at the very beginning of the Quranic revelation, the narrative opens with a striking command, Iqra, most commonly translated as read. This isn't just a play on words. The Arabic root, kaf, ra, and hamza, goes far beyond simply reciting something out loud. It actually includes the act of reading from something written or structured. According to respected Arabic lexicons such as Lane's lexicon, qara'a means to read with the eyes, to observe written text, or to recite aloud from something structured, like a book or a written document. In other words, Iqra linguistically implies that there is something to be read, not just memorized by ear. If the revelation was purely oral, then why would Allah's first command to Muhammad be to perform an act that clearly reflects reading from a text? This is the first inconsistency. Even more telling is Muhammad's reaction in several hadith reports. He responds, I cannot read. If there was no text involved and the command was merely to repeat what he heard, that response makes little sense. It reveals that Muhammad himself understood Iqra not simply as hearing and echoing, but as a call to read from something visible and possibly written.
Point is the question. Why don't you answer the question?
And he was told to read again. What was he told to read?
Do you understand what he was told
No,
to
what
read?
was he told to read?
He
I'm
was
asking
told
you.
to read the Quran.
The Quran, but it came back orally.
Yes.
So how can you read something like a...
What's orally first?
Orally.
Was it coming in a book or was
By
it
who?
oral?
You don't read, listen, you don't read what is spoken.
Calm down. Answer my question.
You don't read what is spoken.
You're an old... Listen.
You read a book.
Act as a gentleman.
No, Siraj, can you answer as a gentleman?
Answer it.
I'm answering.
Okay.
Prophet, he's asking, Prophet Muhammad was an illiterate and he was asked to read the Quran. So he's saying, how can he read the Quran when he never knew how to read?
That's not what I'm saying.
What's your asking?
My point is that you said that Quran came orally.
Yes, by who?
By revelation, right?
Okay, let me-
So I ask you, when Muhammad was taught to read,
Yes.
was he taught to read words that come in, or was he taught to read a book?
No, not the book.
What?
What was it? Siraj, tell us.
Came with the words, the Quran, the
somebody, so
recitation.
if I come to you, I
The
tell you to read
recitation.
what is in my
The
head.
recitation. Listen,
Wow.
listen.
Reading your
What you
mind.
ask- what?
God
You
was
read a
asking
book.
Muhammad to read his
Listen.
mind.
You read a book.
Wait.
Muhammad was a mind reader.
Wait. Now if I ask you...
It's a lie.
Listen.
It's a complete
Wait,
lie
wait.
because you can't tell me that it's not a book.
Let me speak.
Because only a book
Listen, mister.
Can be read.
Your
Yeah.
logic doesn't
But
make
he's
sense.
reading God's mind.
Mister, listen, let me speak. Don't shout like a baby. Calm down.
You're a baby here. Everybody knows you're a baby.
So he's saying...
You want to lie to me?
Listen, what lie?
Because it's simple.
Can I speak?
It's
Listen.
a book that you have to read.
You know how to listen?
It's a book you have to read.
Are you the same as
No,
this
you're
boy?
gonna lie to me, man.
Are you the same as this
You're
boy?
going to lie. You're
Come
just
here,
looking
come
for
here,
what-
come
you're
here.
looking for what
Come
to
here,
lie.
come here, come here. Who's lying? Come here, come here.
Oral. How can you read oral?
come here. If I say to you,
It doesn't make sense,
Wait,
Siraj.
wait.
Can you make sense?
I'm
Can you
explaining.
make sense?
Okay, wait, listen.
doesn't make sense,
Okay, he's saying, how can Prophet Muhammad read orally? Yes, orally you can read. If I come to you, and I recite, and I ask you to read
making
what I
sense, Siraj.
recited,
Doesn't make sense.
you know, repeat what I said.
It's not making
That's
sense,
what
Siraj.
Prophet asked him to
You
read.
cannot read
The answer
something
is-
that's
wait,
orally.
wait.
It's a wahi. It's a wahi or is it a book? Did he have a wahi or not? Was it a vision? Was it a vision? Was Jibreel coming to him physically or in the vision?
Angel Jibreel came to him, and Angel Jibreel was reciting the Quran, and Prophet Angel Jibreel repeated.
Why did Jibreel say read if he was reciting the Quran? Why didn't he say read?
Who did Muhammad's father used to worship?
Listen, I'm here.
No, but he thinks I'm
I'm answering your question.
He thinks I'm
No,
shouting.
I'm answering your
Okay.
question.
Who did Muhammad's father used to worship?
What do you mean?
Muhammad's father,
Yes.
was he an idol worshipper?
What is got to do with that with
I'm
Prophet?
asking you a question.
Prophet Muhammad's dad was an idol worshipper.
Okay, an idol worshipper.
idol worshipper.
Okay, no.
But he was Abdullah.
I'll tell you what I'm trying to say.
I'm asking a question now. My turn.
No, you've answered it, yeah? But let me tell you why I'm asking. You said to me, what's it got to do with it?
Okay.
Muhammad's father was an idol worshipper. What is the name of the idol he was worshipping?
Idol worship. What do you mean?
You said he was an idol worshipper.
Yes.
Yeah.
What was the name of the idol he was worshipping?
It's a very simple question.
There was many idols, not just one.
No.
Allah.
Which was the
Where's
main
Allah?
idol?
Come here.
What
Allah
was the
was
main
worshipping.
idol?
Where's Allah? Wait, come here.
What was the name of his idol?
You have empty box. Empty box. Where's Allah?
Allah.
Come here.
Allah.
Come here. Stop running.
Muhammad was
Stop running.
Hold on. Muhammad was born.
Wait.
Hold on. Muhammad was born. Muhammad.
Allah?
Hold on.
Where's Allah?
Muhammad
Ask
was
him.
born 4 years after his dad died.
When a Muslim claims that reading doesn't have to involve something written, that if someone comes and recites something, then says, read what I recite, it still qualifies as reading, that's where the logical flaw begins. Naturally, in nearly every language and cultural context, the act of reading involves something visible, structured, and symbolic, whether letters, words, or sentences. Reading is not the same as hearing. It is the process of interpreting what is written. So when someone hears a sound without seeing its source, the appropriate term isn't reading, it's listening or hearing. Imagine this scenario. Someone approaches you and says, I'm going to recite something, and I want you to read what I recite. Clearly, if you're not looking at a text, you're not reading. You may be trying to memorize or repeat it, but you are not reading in the true sense of the word. Using the term read in a purely oral context becomes unnatural, and from a linguistic standpoint, even misplaced. Now, let's go back to the very first revelation of the Qur'an, Iqra, and notice this. There's no mention of Gabriel reciting anything first. There's no introduction of a sound to be memorized or repeated. There is only a direct and explicit command, Iqra. What's fascinating is Muhammad's response in multiple narrations, not I don't understand, or what should I repeat, but I cannot read. That statement reveals something vital. He wasn't being asked to repeat a sound. He was being asked to read from something real. The meaning is clear. If Muhammad was commanded to read, then something had to be there to read. A text, a scroll, not a sound floating in the air. Without that, the command read becomes meaningless. You can't read what doesn't exist. So when Muslims insist that Iqra simply means recite, and that it can apply to something purely oral, they're not preserving the meaning of the word. They're stripping it away. That's not interpretation. That's manipulation. A desperate attempt to protect the claim that Muhammad was illiterate while still defending a command to read. But here's the deeper issue. If the very first command was to read, and the Qur'an is said to originate from the Lawh al-Mahfuz, a preserved tablet, a written record in heaven, then why did the Qur'an come down piece by piece to be memorized over 23 years? If it truly came from a written source in heaven, then why wasn't it simply read rather than memorized in fragments?
Okay, where's the evidence? Wait. What's the evidence?
Muhammad was born 4 years after his dad died. Is that true or not? Is that true or not? Listen, I'm a student of
just walk.
Christian priest.
Okay,
I'm
you
a
see
student
that?
of Christian
Come talk to me then.
I know all this.
Talk to me. Come discuss with me. Come.
Muhammad's dad, Muhammad's father,
Listen.
died 4 years
And
before
then-
Muhammad was born.
Wait, said,
4
okay,
years.
show me.
Yes.
Come.
Oh
Okay,
my
wait.
God.
Come here.
4 years.
Stop running. Come here.
Muhammad
Come
was
here.
born
How can that be true, Siraj?
Show me the hadith. Come here.
Siraj is
You
gonna
born
answer.
5 years after your father.
Oh, now you want that.
He's running, coward. He's running. Any question you have, come, question and answers. Last time, let me expose this guy. Last time.
Okay. Sorry, Siraj, you
Last
can't
time,
answer his question.
I answered.
You didn't.
I just answered.
You didn't answer him.
What was question?
You run
I
away.
answered. What was
In
question?
front of
Repeat.
everybody. He's out here. He's here.
I know this thing.
I answered that
I
question.
know. Okay.
Okay, now,
Does Islam
Listen.
support prostitution?
Listen.
Does Islam support?
No, it doesn't support.
Okay.
Now it's my turn. Now it's my turn. Now my
Tell
turn.
me what muta
Now
is.
my turn.
What is muta?
Muta is prohibited.
No. What is
Muta is prohibited.
By who?
In the Quran
By
and
who?
Hadith. By Prophet Muhammad.
In Quran.
By
Show
Prophet
it to me that it
Muhammad.
was prohibited in the
Mister,
Quran.
Mister, show me in the Quran muta is approved.
Muta is prostitution.
Wait.
And Allah said you can do muta. Allah said you can do muta.
I'll ask him to go because he's not listening. He talks rubbish. Listen.
I will prove to you that you'll be
Wait, brother. Please. Come, let me explain to him. Let me teach him. Listen, everyone here.
Give him
I'm his student.
lie to me.
He's my student.
Listen.
He's my student.
Listen, my brother. Muta is Allah said if you meet a woman, you say to her, "Do you want to do muta?" And you marry her for 1 hour.
Okay. So now he has to
And after that, you give her money. Is that not prostitution?
No, you can give her a piece of clothing.
Let me answer. Wait, let me answer.
You don't touch me, man. Don't touch me, okay?
Please, can I expose him?
Don't touch me.
Now.
I'm not touching you.
Let me talk now. Let me talk now. Let me expose him.
He doesn't have an answer.
Etymologically, the word muta carries the meaning of enjoyment, pleasure, or benefit. In the context of marriage, its meaning becomes very clear. It refers to a temporary union for the sake of pleasure. This isn't a modern interpretation or an accusation from outside Islam. It is openly acknowledged in major classical tafsirs, such as Tafsir al-Tabari and Tafsir al-Qurtubi. Even in authentic hadith collections, it is explicitly stated that the Prophet's companions engaged in muta by offering compensation, whether in the form of dates, garments, or other payments, in exchange for a sexual relationship over an agreed period, sometimes even as short as one night. A hadith in Sahih Muslim records that Jabir bin Abdullah said they practiced muta during the lifetime of the Prophet Muhammad and during the time of Abu Bakr until it was finally prohibited by Umar ibn al-Khattab. This means the prohibition did not come from divine revelation, but from a political decision made by a caliph. And that raises a serious theological tension. Is Islamic law revealed by God or by the hand of political authority? In Surah An-Nisa 4:24, the verse most commonly used to justify muta, it states explicitly, "So for whatever enjoyment you have had from them, give them their compensation as an obligation." The word used is istamtatum, derived from the same root as muta, clearly referring to sexual pleasure. And the term ujurahunna literally means wages or payment. This isn't the language of love or commitment. It's the language of transaction. Classical commentators such as Jalalain and Ibn Kathir also acknowledge that this verse refers to mut'ah, though they later claim that the ruling was abrogated. But who abrogated it? If not Allah, but Umar, then Islam faces a theological dilemma. Can God's law be canceled by man? So when Muslims try to defend the practice by saying muta isn't prostitution, they're not clarifying. They're blurring the line between morality and momentary pleasure. Because when a sexual act is timed, priced, and contractually limited, what remains is not a marriage. It's a religiously sanctioned form of prostitution. This was not a sacred covenant. This was a temporary sexual contract authorized by their prophet and later canceled not by divine decree, but by the hand of a man. This isn't just inconsistency. It's a revealing flaw in the moral foundation of Islam itself.